If you want wealth, you need to be wealth. You need to breathe wealth. You need to think wealth. You need to talk wealth, and you will be wealthy. Wealth is the ability for you to experience life. You aren't wealthy until you have something wealth cannot buy. The distance between your wealth and yourself is your mindset. The moment you get your mindset in order, your wealth can approach you with ease. Remember, the goal is rich and free. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Kenne's Talk Show, a place where we make wealth and create wealth. You already know what time it is. Make sure to smack up that bell and subscribe button. Share with every single person you know in your household, your friends, family, including every single enemies you have out there. Maybe they want to get rich too. Getting rich is fairly simple. It takes consistency, it takes persistency, it takes dedication, it takes patience. And a lot of people out there do not have patience as it stands. In today's video, I will give you a boost, like a small boost that can help you, give you some energy into starting to invest. Starting to invest is not easy, but the moment you get going, it's like a snowball effect. The moment you put your first 100, you put your second 100, that's how it goes. It's like getting old. When you hit 30, it's like down the drain, literally. But today I will take you down to a website that I brought just to give you an estimate of what it looks like, kind of thing, and so that we could all have like a view of what it looks like. So it's called Fidelity.ca. Fidelity.ca. Okay. Now I will give you an estimate of a projection of how much you could earn or could make down the road if you invested a certain amount. And at the end of this video, we will also be looking at some of the stuff that we talked about in our past videos. For example, we would see how far it's gone, like some ETFs that we chose from last week or 2 weeks ago, to see the potential growth, as well as track whatever ETFs that we chose. So let's delve into this and actually take a good look at this. So I'm currently looking at the website right now, Fidelity.ca. If you can see with me right here. Well, this, like I said, it gives you an estimate of what it entails. Like, it's like a piggy bank kind of thing. Piggy bank, just for you to calculate how much money you can earn or make down the road if you invested a certain amount of money. Now, growing long-term wealth, we're gonna be looking at starting with an initial pay amount of $500. Say you started with $500 and we wanted to go for maybe 10 years. You're going 10 years with this. Now 10 years, the rate of which ETFs grow is approximately 8 to 10% annually. That's how much money you could earn, like on top of what you invested. So we would leave that at $10. Now, if you were to invest $400 monthly, okay? If you were to invest $400 monthly, that would be split, like $100 every single week. That would be split. And you could also change this to annually. If you change that to annually, the lower your projected outcome or outflow would be. Like I said, it's an investment growth calculator. Take this with a grain of salt. It's not perfect, and as well as this percentage, it could grow up to 15% some years. It could go maybe 8% some years, and so you have to take this with a grain of salt. So here we'll just leave it at $400 monthly. So you start at with $500, and then for 10 years you're going to be putting $400 monthly into that. So technically $400, if we want to do that math, okay, just one quick second, let's add this. Now if we want to do that math, that will be $400. Oh, hold on, that's $400, okay, monthly. How many weeks do we have? We have actually, if we do $100, okay, and we have 52 weeks in a month, and sorry, we have 52 weeks in a year. That we're looking at $5,200. We're looking at 52. Oh, where's my calculator? Just one second. So we're looking at $5,200 monthly, annually. Sorry, $5,200 annually. With that $5,200 annually, you're gonna multiply that by 10. So equal 5,200 multiplied by 10 years. So technically, your initial investment will be $52,000. Right. Now let's go back to the investment site and just take a look at this. So technically, you would have invested approximately 52,000, considering considering you stick to the plan and you're putting $100 even every week on that. Now this, we have to factor in some inflation, okay? If because on an annual base, inflation goes up by 2 to 3% annually. But in some cases, like this year or this past year that just passed, the inflation was up until maybe, I don't know, 7 or 6%. No matter what the internet tells you, it's incorrect. If you go to the grocery store, you look at the bill, you look at how much you pay, and compare it versus the year before, you'll be able to tell what the percentage inflation rise is. Now, if we leave everything like that, okay, tax rate, okay, I didn't want to put anything in there because depending on what country you're from, it's going to be a different scenario. So within those 10 years, your projected savings will be up until $73,909. That's the amount roughly invested. That's the rough estimate of what you would have invested within those 10 years. Now, it's a bit different from what I had because I said 5,200 in my math here. But then it's not 5,200 apparently, it's 43,592. Now, the simple earnings that you would have made would be 21,000. So you would have made $21,000 on top of what your initial invested amount would be. So you're making 21,000, and the compounding will be $9,015. Now, we didn't take into consideration the growth and as well as the dividends that you'll be earning, because the more dividends you earn, the more you grow. So we took an example of 10 years. Now let's do 5 years, because a lot of people will be wanting to know what 5 years will be or will look like. Technically, it will be half of the amount right there. So $29,740. That's how much money you would have made or accumulated, because you would have invested this amount, 22,922, and then the simple earnings will be like slashed into half. So compounding amount would be $1,064. Now, like I said, we are taking a percentage of 10. Stocks or ETFs grow at a different pace, and some ETFs will go wild, like Nvidia. It went up like crazy the other day, and it's doing really well. I would say significantly well. So if you decide to go higher, the higher you go for your initial investments, and then you stick to your plan of 5 years and then $400 monthly, see what it does. Just take a minute and watch this. See how quick it jumps. So you're up almost 6-7 grand. Meanwhile, you just only added $4,000 in increment. Now, if you left this amount in the bank, you'll be earning like $20 in interest or $40 in interest, which is ridiculous, because the bank use your money to make more money. They use your money to lend it to your neighbor and make more money off of you and your neighbor. I mean, I'm not saying they're bad, but the banks technically, I would say it's a house for gambling, basically. I mean, that's a bad thing to say about the banks, but it is what it is. So with the banks. So, like I said, if you just go on this website, the investment growth calculator, and try to play with it, you'll be able to tell. I'll leave the I'll leave the website in the description so that you could take a look and maybe play with it just to know what your projected savings would look like. Like I said, take this with a grain of salt. It can grow past this, it can be less than this, because ETFs, it's not a gamble, but it's a way safer picks when it comes to growth. When it comes to financial growth, ETFs are more stable and more reliable when it comes to growth. So to wrap this up, I wanted to bring us over to um, I wanted to bring us over to some of the stuff that we took a look at last week. Now, over the past few weeks, I have been putting out stocks, and I don't know why I keep saying stocks. Somebody kick me. Over the last few weeks, I've been putting out ETFs that or have growth potentials. Now, if you've been following diligently, you would notice that all of those, say if we did a simulation and we owned maybe 10 VFV, for example, if we have 10 VFV, now the amount is going to populate. It's technically supposed to populate over here. So we're summing that up. Okay, enter. Just one moment. Let's go enter, just so that we can get the amount going. So we don't want this one. Let's anger. Delete. Delete. Now you can see that the amount is populated up top here. So this is a good way to track whatever investments you have, and you can put in your entry price. You can just go on Google Finance Investment Tracker, and this is linked to your Gmail account, and you start tracking all your investments. This is a good way for you to know, like, know if someone is reliable, if a YouTube page is actually reliable, by giving you the proper information. All the picks that I put in here, those are picks that I like. I would say I can vouch for them. One of my favorite is the ZSP. This thing just mooned. Like, from the video that we last posted, it was sitting at $73. Now it's at $75, and I want to tell you, like, if you right here, ZSP, that's my favorite, that one. If you bought those last week or 2 weeks ago, a week ago actually, yes, last week, if you bought ZSP, you'll be up $2 from that stuff. Money makes money. Okay, the more you invest, the more money you can make. The less you invest, the less money you make. It's that simple. It's a very simple concept. And so I wish and I hope, ladies and gentlemen, you can really pay attention to this. Like, I'll leave this down in the description so that you can track it yourself and actually see that the picks that I did were actually legit, and something that can grow your wealth long term, and you make you some good money. We're on earth for a purpose, and like I said in my intro, the distance between your wealth and yourself is your mindset. The moment you get ready, you are ready, you will make the money. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching. Thank you for staying all to the end. Congratulations to all those who stayed all the way to the end. Congratulations. I hope to see you in the next video. See you, and ciao ciao.